In this video, we're going to look at which countries have the most wolves. Before we start, if you'd like to support us, please consider supporting us. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Thanks. So many people ask us questions about wolves and their numbers around the world. We thought we'd make a video just on this topic, so here it is. If you mean the country with the highest number of wolves, then that's pretty simple. Russia, by far. It has the biggest wolf population in the world. However, there's no official count, but various sources estimate there could be between 30,000 and 40,000 wolves living in the wild in Russia today. Wolves can be found throughout Russia, from the west to the east and from the north to the south. Their population is highest in Siberia, the Far East, and European Russia. They prefer open spaces like fields, meadows, forests, tundra, and deserts. That said, one of the reasons Russia has the most wolves is simply because it has more wilderness than any other country. It is also sparsely populated compared to other countries. In fact, it is the 9th least densely populated country in the world. This means that wolves aren't competing for territory or food with humans, and this is why they thrive so well in the vast wilderness that stretches across Siberia. The Eurasian wolf is the most common type of wolf in Russia and can be found across Europe and Asia. It is very similar to the gray wolf, hence the name gray wolf. And while scientists once considered them one species, they now think that they are two different animals. The Siberian wolf is a subspecies of the Eurasian wolf, and it lives in the harshest and coldest region on Earth, Siberia. It is well adapted to survive in sub-zero temperatures and is known to hunt reindeer and wild boar. Another reason why there are so many wolves in Russia is because the country has strict laws in place to protect them from extinction. These laws ban hunting wolves and protect their habitats. There are also organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund that work to conserve wolves and their habitat in Russia. Russia has such a large landmass that although wolves can be found all over the country, some areas have higher concentrations of wolves than others. For example, the Kamchatka Peninsula is home to the Kamchatka brown bear, which is a threatened species of bear. To help protect this bear, Russia has established a network of national parks and reserves that ban hunting. As a result, the wolf population has grown significantly in these areas, and there are now an estimated 300 wolves per 1,000 square kilometers. Wolves play an important role in the ecosystem by keeping the populations of herbivores under control. However, sometimes this can lead to conflict with humans. For example, when wolves kill livestock, farmers may retaliate by killing the wolves. Despite this, the overall wolf population in Russia remains stable and healthy. It should also be noted that there are some regional differences in the distribution of wolves in Russia. For example, in the northwest of the country, wolves are often found in coniferous forests, whereas in the northeast, they are more common in mountainous regions. Additionally, wolves in Russia generally prefer to live in areas with high prey availability, such as near large mammal migration routes or in regions with abundant deer and moose populations. To summarize, Russia has the highest wolf population in the world, estimated to range from 30,000 to 40,000 individuals. This abundance is attributed to Russia's vast wilderness, low human population density, and protective laws for both wolves and their habitat. Conservation efforts have contributed to the growth of the wolf population in certain areas, leading to an increase in their numbers. Regional variations exist, with wolves preferring different habitats depending on geographical location. Wolves play a vital role in the ecosystem and face challenges due to human-wildlife conflicts, but their population remains stable overall. Now let's move on to the second most common country with wolves. This is Canada, which comes in second with an estimated population of 50,000 to 60,000 wolves. Most of Canada's wolves live in remote northern and western provinces. Its northernmost province, Nunavut, is home to the highest concentration of wolves in Canada, with about 300 wolves per 1,000 square kilometers. In Canada, wolves live in forests, grasslands, and deserts, but they tend to avoid very dense forests and open tundra. That said, wolves need a lot of space to find enough food. Because of this, they typically live far away from each other. Each wolf needs at least 465 square kilometers of land to survive. In Canada, there are two main types of wolves, the gray wolf and the red wolf. Gray wolves live across Canada and are the most common type of wolf in the country. Red wolves, on the other hand, are endangered and only live in small parts of Ontario and Quebec. Canada's wolf population is managed through hunting and trapping. In most provinces, wolves can be hunted year-round. But there are strict regulations in place to ensure that the population remains healthy. For example, hunters are only allowed to trap a certain number of wolves each year, and they must follow strict guidelines to ensure that the wolves are treated humanely. Overall, the wolf population in Canada is doing well. However, there are some threats that they face. One of the biggest threats to wolves is habitat loss due to deforestation and development. Wolves also face persecution from humans who may view them as pests or competitors for game animals. Despite these threats, the wolf population in Canada is stable and healthy, and they continue to play an important role in the Canadian ecosystem. After Canada, we have China, which is estimated to have between 10,000 and 12,000 wolves. Wolves are mainly found in the following three regions: Inner Mongolia, Tibet, and Xinjiang. They prefer the open grasslands and mountainous regions of these areas and typically avoid dense forests and urban areas. In Inner Mongolia, wolves are most commonly found in the Zilangol League and the Ulaanbaatar Desert. In Tibet, they can be found in the Tibet Autonomous Region and the Qinghai Tibet Plateau. In Xinjiang, wolves inhabit the Tian Shan Mountains and the Tarim Basin. China has taken steps to protect its wolf population, including establishing nature reserves and banning wolf hunting. However, despite these efforts, wolves still face threats such as habitat loss, poaching, and human-wildlife conflict. Next up on our list is the United States of America, which has an estimated 15,000 wolves living in the wild. A little less than half of these live in Alaska. The rest can be found in smaller, more isolated populations throughout the rest of the country. Alaska has the largest population of wolves in the contiguous United States, with an estimated 7,000 to 11,000 wolves. Wolves are widely distributed across the state and are found in a variety of habitats, including forests, grasslands, and mountainous terrain. Outside of Alaska, the Northern Rockies are home to about 3,000 wolves, mostly in Idaho and Montana. Wolves were once abundant throughout the United States, but their numbers declined drastically due to hunting, habitat loss, and human persecution. Conservation efforts have helped to restore their population in some areas, but wolves remain endangered or threatened in most states. In Alaska, wolves are managed through hunting and trapping. The state allows for a limited number of licenses to be issued each year to harvest wolves. Outside of Alaska, wolf management varies by state. Some states like Wisconsin allow for a limited wolf hunting season, while other states like California prohibit hunting altogether. Despite their importance in the ecosystem, wolves continue to face threats in the United States, including habitat loss, human-wildlife conflict, and illegal killing. Conservation efforts are ongoing to protect wolves in their habitat and to promote coexistence with humans. The next two countries with the most wolves are Mongolia and Kazakhstan, which have approximately 10,000 and 12,000 wolves respectively. Both countries have large, sparsely populated areas of wilderness that provide suitable habitat for wolves to thrive. In Mongolia, wolves are found throughout the country in a variety of habitats, including grasslands, mountains, and forests. They are highly adaptable animals and are known to prey on a wide variety of animals, including wild boar, deer, and sheep. In Kazakhstan, wolves are also found in a variety of habitats, including steppe and desert regions. They are particularly abundant in the northern and western parts of the country, where there is more vegetation and prey available. While wolves are generally protected in both countries, they still face threats such as habitat loss and poaching. However, their populations appear to be relatively stable at the moment. If you mean where wolves are most likely to be seen in the wild, then Russia. Canada and Mongolia probably top the list because they roam freely there without as much human interference. Did you know that there are different types of wolves around the world? Did you know that the gray wolf is the most widespread and common type of wolf? The gray wolf is found across much of the northern hemisphere and is known for its intelligence, adaptability, and social behavior. It plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of its ecosystem by preying on herbivores and keeping their populations under control. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get notified when we release new videos. We would also like to thank our supporters for their continued support. Your generosity helps us to produce quality videos that inform and educate viewers like you.